All right, everyone, listen. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. So I'll let you guys know the other day I made a video about a new PUBG game mode that sounded really insane. It's like basically auto chess. Many of you have already seen it, but we went over all the details of what this game mode was going to entail, and it sounded absolutely incredible. Well, as it turns out, PUBG added the game mode just very shortly after, which is insane. But they also removed it just as quickly. So basically, the other day they added the brand new arena game mode. They posted YouTube videos on it, they tweeted about it, and they added it into PUBG Labs. They made it public everywhere, and the game mode is almost identical to what we predicted. And thankfully, the game mode is up for long enough where we're actually going to be able to look at some gameplay of it. But right now, you cannot jump into the game and play it at the minute. Showed off all of the promotional material for this and said it's available. So it was up for around 3 hours, I would say. And unfortunately, it went up and also got taken back down and the point where I was asleep. So I didn't even really get to see it with my own eyes. But I did wake up and I saw immediately on Twitter, first thing in my feed was that PUBG tweeted about the new mode. I'm like, great, I'm going to go record this today. It's going to be epic. And then I keep scrolling down a little bit later, and then I see PUBG retweet from support that the arena game mode, only a few hours later, has been removed and it's not coming back anytime soon. Game stability is apparently not compatible with this right now. It was causing fatal errors in the game, evidently, and so they had to completely scrap it and get rid of it for now. It's supposed to be coming back at some point soon, and I wanted to make a video about this looking at it today just so anyone who's curious could see it, but I'd also seem like an absolute liar if I told people a new game mode was coming and it just wasn't. So today we're going to be looking at gameplay of the brand new mode and breaking it down. I'd like to give a big shout out to Klaxon. He's the one who uploaded this gameplay that we can look at today. Link to his video and channel is going to be in the description down below. Also, real quick, before you guys forget, drop a like on the video if you enjoy, subscribe if you're brand new, and let's check this out. So this arena mode is probably the best idea they've had for a game mode in a really long time. I've got to say, this is absolutely amazing. So essentially how it plays is you load into a map like Erangel or Miramar, and there are multiple small circles over a particular area of the map. So in this one, it's right over Georgia Pole, and there are teams fighting it out within these small circles. Now, between each round, you have an opportunity to loot and then also use a buy menu using in-game currency. Those coins, those very strange ones we talked about a long time ago, and then also in our past videos, those are actually the currency in-game. And you earn currency based on your performance in the match, whether you win or lose. That currency can buy you guns, it can buy you equipment, healing items, armor, pretty much anything in the game. Now, it is to a limited extent. You can't buy like level 3 helmets with a lot of currency. It's pretty much just like a very basic setup right now. No, there's a few reasons for that. They cannot load literally every asset into the game. Otherwise, it would have crashing issues, but they have a nice selection of things you can pick from. Pretty much all of the SMGs are there, as well as the ARs, and they're priced according to their effectiveness, or at least as much as that's possible. If you happen to lose one of your matches and your team gets eliminated, again, you do only have one life in this mode, so if your whole team goes down and dies out, then you lose a chance. If you lose all of your chances, you are knocked out of the game. However, if you win, you move on to another circle. You get dropped into a plane and you go to a new location. And keep in mind, these games are all happening simultaneously within the same board. And they have addressed my main issue with the game, which was I thought that matches were going to run on for too long, as a team with a lot of chances who makes it to the last round would take forever to get eliminated. However, when the final few teams are in the final circle, then regardless of the amount of chances that team has remaining, it's an instant death round. So in that case, the final few circles and with the last teams are remaining, it's just a sudden death where the winner is going to take it all, essentially, which is a really cool idea. The matches, if played from start to finish, will normally last from around 35 to 40 minutes, which is like, let's say, a normal BR match from beginning to end, and that's like reasonable. Amazing thing about this game mode is that it retains all of the concepts and fundamentals of BR, right? You are basically scavenging in the beginning for just whatever you can get your hands on, pistols, SMGs, whatever, and then also load to your armor. You can buy a couple of different grenades or even healing items, but you're essentially scavenging and trying to use your resources wisely. It's also worth mentioning, if you win a round, you've got about 30 seconds where you can loot the enemy team, and as far as I can tell, you can take all of their equipment, what they had on them. If you successfully loot it, you can bring it up into the next game. So it's kind of like how a normal BR match plays, where you get more armor, you get better weapons, and, you know, more, let's say, suited attachments, and you just get stronger as a player. That concept still applies here, and it's really interesting because you have like these up and down moments between between rounds where you're flying back into the next one, waiting on the next team, and you can pull up the leaderboard basically at any point in the match to see what position the other teams are currently in, whether they're still in combat or they just finished up. You can see who's moving throughout the ranks and who you're going to be playing next. There's also a lot of room for strategy with your team. You can decide as a group where to land, what would be best for the particular match that you're in, and it's also not just a static board what you're in as well. So if you're playing like Valorant or something, the map that you're playing in stays the same. However, this is still very much a BR game where that circle is going to continue to close in around you, forcing those teams together. Another mechanic they've brought over from War Mode, which is the game mode that I don't really like too much, but they've added a mechanic that I think works wonderfully, and it's essentially allows you to revive teammates in about 5 seconds instead of the typical 10 like you do in regular BR. This is to facilitate better pace in gameplay. Because the teams are going to be so cluttered together, you have almost no option for a 10-second revive in a game mode like this. It's this fast-paced and close quarters. It's just not going to happen. So there is strategy to keeping your team alive, and depending on the equipment you bring in and the guns and stuff, you can pretty much set yourself up in a way where you're not going to lose any teammates. Hopefully, you can drop smoke grenades on them if you need. They're pretty cheap to buy in the menu, and a smoke grenade, just a well-placed one on your teammate, can save their life, and you can go and get the res. The most amazing things about the game mode is that it's paced perfectly. Once you jump out of the plane and you're into the board against the other teams, it's perfectly paced combat. It's pretty similar to like a small scale BR or like a TDM. It's going to feel a little bit like that, but in between rounds, you have a really good opportunity just to slow down, re-strategize with your team, loot a little bit, and then reselect your equipment to go into the next battle. And because it's not an instant elimination, losing once does not mean the end of your game. I would say this game mode would be cool enough, even if it wasn't everybody playing at the same time, if it wasn't simultaneous matches going on. This idea is still really cool. However, the fact that they were able to pull that off is even better, and I hope they implement this into all maps. Now, unfortunately, because the game mode was removed like immediately after it was added, I don't know when it's coming back, although from the devs, from what they've said, they plan to bring it back as soon as possible with a few changes. Next time they bring it back, I imagine it's going to be sticking around for significantly longer than it did. It was only going to be around for about a week, I believe, and well, that we all know how that turned out. It was about for 2 hours. But as far as this game mode is concerned, you can really see the effort and the thought that was put into it. It's not at all like the War Mode that I made a video about complaining, where I was just like, yeah, this isn't it. This game mode sucks. I still hold true to that, but this game mode is not similar at all. This one is actually amazing. I should say the concept of this game mode is incredible. If they can pull it off without it, fatally crashing the game or whatever the issue was, I don't really know what the error was, to be quite honest, but if they can implement it in a way where it's like this, but it doesn't have fatal effects on the game, then we're in a good position. All of the systems of PUBG really feel like they were built around having a game mode like this, and it feels very natural, right? It doesn't feel forced or shoved in or taking concepts from other games that are just shoehorned in. It feels all very fluid. With that said, hopefully they re-implement this game mode as soon as possible, because I would love for everybody to get their hands on this and let me know what you think. But I will keep you guys updated on when this is coming back, because that's the plan so far. But let me know what you guys think about the game mode down below in the comment section. Do you think this looks interesting, and do you see yourself playing it? But if you guys enjoyed today's video, please make sure to give it a like rating. Subscribe if you are brand new around here. Make sure to go follow me on Twitch. I stream almost every day. Links in the description down below. Not always PUBG, but sometimes. And if you want to use my creator code on Battlegrounds, you can use that. Link is in the description below as well. You can log in, select my name for the Creator Appreciation Program, and if you end up using my code, please do let me know so I can personally thank you. But anyways, guys, hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see you all in the next live stream or the next video. Take it easy, everybody, and peace out.